Hello everybody and welcome to the Gaff FC. Today I'm going to be explaining how we started and how our first season at Leeds went. Now just before we get into today's video, if you could drop a like on it, subscribe if you are new. Now any future Gaff content for the match highlights anyway will be uploaded on my main channel, links down in the description, just for the next season, and all the full matches will be uploaded onto this channel. And then as of the season after that, all the highlights will be on this channel. But the Gaff FC, it's my five-a-side team, and we obviously started out with me signing. Then ADW joined on as a striking option, and yeah, the reason behind the Gaff FC, most of the players who play for the Gaff, because I knew they were going to sign. Mac then joined as manager. We're all in a group chat called Sir Gary Boyer's Gaff, because we all go to Bradford games, most of us anyway, at the start. So we thought, you know what, I'll call it the Gaff FC. After Mac joined as manager, Will Brook then signed, which was another midfield option, which was a great addition. But yeah, we finished our first season at Leeds. You know, you'll see by the end of it, all the match highlights will be in this video, all the very, very short highlights. Each game is about a minute long. Nathan then signed. But yeah, we finished our first season. Next season, which will be starting today, as you see in this, as you can see Maka signing there. All these pictures are taken from our Instagram, which will also be down in the description below. But yeah, we start League 1 tomorrow, which I guess if you know that we were in the Championship, that means we did get relegated. But DJ also joined after Maka, and we're going well. You know, we made some good signings to start with, which I was very, very happy about. Reese then joined, and well, the less said about this one, the better. But we moved into our first game. It was a trial match. We were playing youngers, and I actually know all the youngers because I went to school with them all. But yeah, the trialist here was meant to be a goalkeeper who turned out to never actually play a game for Gaff. And yeah, the first thing that really happened that was noticeable, Will broke his glasses in like the first 5 minutes, so that was always great. And yeah, we actually did pretty well in this game to start with anyway. We were winning 2-1 at one point. You know, Nathan scored a decent goal, but that game did finish, I think, 14-3 in the end. You know, Youngers have got a very, very good team. They've reformed as Konos Massivos in League 1. Our second trial match was against Premier League opposition Yadano, and well, the less said about how this game went, the better. You know, we actually did pretty well, but there was a period of 5 minutes where we went 4-0 down, and it wasn't very great. And yeah, at this point we're still having people on trial. The person on the wall there at the moment is actually signed for Gaff now, so that's pretty good to see. But yeah, Adam scoring once again in that game. But yeah, the score did finish 9-3 to Yadano, which wasn't even a bad result against Premier League side. So we will then move on to Will Brook leaving the club. He only played one game for us, but he was just saying he was running out of love with football and all that sort of stuff. So Will officially left, leaving us with even fewer players. But there you go, you can see the team for our first league match on screen there. And yeah, our keeper was meant to play once again, but he didn't show up. So that means Kai came, and he was technically on trial for this match. But yeah, this game didn't go very well, to be honest with you. Petr were an absolute riot, and they ended up getting promoted to the Premier League, so good luck to them. You know, I really do like Petr. They're all a bunch of sound lads, and they're much better at football than we were at this moment in time. And yeah, they absolutely smashed us. They've just got some very, very good players, and you can't really compete with that, considering most of us have never played five-a-side at all, let alone playing together. And these have played, I'm sure they've played before quite a lot. I mean, the less said about that one, the better from Kai, as I'm sure he knows he shouldn't be watching the bench pitch while we're trying to play a game ourselves. But yeah, first game we lost 14-2. Kai then joined on a permanent basis because I got annoyed at the keeper who were never showing up, and it was just costing me money week in, week out. So yeah, Kai joined as a permanent basis as the goalkeeper. Moving into the second game, it was the first ever 508 derby. As you can see, Bowers was meant to be playing in this game, but he never showed up, and he was one like the trialist here. Never played for Gaff because, well, he just never showed up in the games he was meant to play in. But yeah, first game never went really well. They did actually, you know, use 9 players, which is technically against the rules at Leeds. But anyway, it didn't go really well for us. It didn't go really well at all. We got absolutely smashed. We finished 8-1, and we were still bottom of the league with a -24 goal difference. Then Will re-signed after 3 weeks away from the club. Will rejoined. I can't remember how it went about, but yeah, Will rejoined, and we thought, you know what, we've got some extra squad depth. Things are looking good. And then we played our third game against Klopps and Robbers, and me, DJ and Nathan had to run 2 miles to make this game. We actually went 1-0 up in this game through an own goal, but the less said about the final score and the better. Yeah, we had to run 2 miles to make the game because the bus we usually get on is the 508. The bus we were meant to get on got cancelled, and the next one after that was delayed, so we had to go get the 72, which stopped, and then we were really far away and we didn't really know where we were going, and we ended up in a field at some point, and it ended up in someone's back garden, and it just didn't really go well. And yeah, we're all a bit tired. And fair play to Matty, who actually played this game. He played 40 minutes, but yeah, we ended up losing this game 16-3 in the end. As you can see, future Gaff player there, Harry Emery, scoring, as he liked to do that quite a lot in that game. And that one did end up finishing 16-3, and we were still rock bottom on a minus 37 goal difference. Our 4th game of the season was against Alan's Army.
We won't bring loans in. We won't bring loans in.
Yeah, the less said about how this game, the better. Harry did come in though for this game, but yeah, we had so many injuries and COVID problems and all that sort of stuff. And when we went 2-0 down inside the first 5 minutes, it really wasn't looking well for us. But if you've watched the video, the masterclass Willbrook had in this game, it was completely unmatched. But just before we continue, if you haven't already, make sure you drop a like on the video, you know, share it around and all that sort of stuff. We're trying to get to 100 subs as soon as possible. But yeah, this game we actually did pretty well, and Alan's Army went on to win the championship, sorry. So to only lose 10-8 to them, you know, it wasn't the end of the world. If you've not already seen the full match highlights, they're all between 10 and 15 minutes long. Make sure you search SHD on YouTube. There's a playlist of it on there. But yeah, as I was saying, Willbrook, I mean, you can't really beat that. He were really class in this game. But it unfortunately wasn't enough for us to get the win. And yeah, we had some camera footage problems as well. Some of the footage disappearing, and it was raining quite a lot, and we ended up losing that game 10-8, which is very, very disappointing. But we showed lots of signs of improvements. We move into our 5th game then against Shush FC, a very, very strong squad, back a couple of players back from injury, and a couple of players, you know, finished their self-isolation, all that sort of stuff. And we started off really well, you know, we went 3-0 up inside the first 10 or 15 minutes. They then got a penalty. Yeah, Adam made that 4-1. Nathan lost the ball there, and they got another one back. It looked like they were going to be pulling off a comeback, but Nathan got his hat-trick. Great finish that. Adam played the ball over the top to me, and I got my first goal for the Gaff, which was honestly one of the best feelings ever. I'm sure Reese, who got his first goal last week, will know exactly how that feels. Harry showing his Premier League class there. Another brilliant goal. Kai should probably be saving that one. And they got another shot on here. I think Kai claims to have slipped on that one. And this goal was unreal. Harry's chipped someone in 5-a-side. When do you ever see that? And yeah, the referee gave that. So we picked up our first 2 points. We moved up to 5th. And we moved on to the 6th game of the season against, in my opinion, the best team in the league. But yeah, we had no one to film this because we didn't know where Tom and Harry were for the opening 10 minutes. So but we did actually pretty well in the first 10 minutes. You know, it was only 2-2. You know, we pulled off a comeback, which was pretty decent. But the first thing Tom Spence did in a Gaff shirt was score an own goal, to be honest with you, which wasn't great in the slightest. But yeah, Adam scored a couple more goals here, and we levelled things up once again. It was 4-4. They then scored once again, and Harry showing some good strength there, and I got my 2nd goal in 2 games. I don't know where all this goal scoring suddenly came from, but unfortunately it wasn't enough, and Harry went down with injury. He rolled his ankle, which I feel quite bad about because he couldn't play football for a few weeks, and it was because he played for Gaff, so I felt really bad about that. Adam with a great strike though there, and he pulled us a goal back, but it wasn't enough in the end, and we did end up losing this game 9-6, which against the team who went on to, you know, go up to the Premier League, it's not the end of the world, to be honest with you, especially considering we didn't have a full strength squad. But yeah, the second ever 508 derby was this game. We ended up playing against Bench Group once again, and we should have won this game. We definitely should have won this game. Yeah, their keeper made some mistakes, but Kai in this game, he knows himself, and he'll even admit it now, he was very, very poor in this game. I mean, some of their goals were a bit questionable. Some might have been in the box. You know, the first one was definitely a foul as well. But yeah, like this goal here, I have no idea what Kai is doing. He claims to have slipped, and you know, they even got a penalty as well, and all this sort of stuff. Bix even scored. It just wasn't really great. But then the comeback started to be pulled off. You know, Tom got a goal back there. DJ got his 2nd of the game, which, I mean, Webber definitely should be saving that. But Nathan then scored from distance, and we were back in the lead, but it didn't last very long as Jay got them a goal back. Kai can't sort his feet out, which is a big problem from Kai, and he knows he needs to sort that out going into the next season, just being able to sort his feet out. And then obviously the best feeling in the world was scoring a screamer in the 508 derby, being able to shush Brad Perry and all that sort of stuff really was great. And then we even took the lead going into the last 5 minutes. We were winning, and yeah, they equalised with about 30 seconds left on the clock. But we moved up to, well, sorry, we're still in 5th. Willbrook officially left the club, shush fold at this point, so we're 5 points above bottom, and we're thinking, if only one team goes down, we're pretty much all but secured. We didn't know who the new team were going to be, but we moved on to Klopps and Roberts' promotion favourites. It's going to be a very, very tough game in this one, and we went 1-0 down straight away. But Nathan with a good layoff there, and Tom levelled things up, and we thought, you know what, might have a chance in this game. But then their player went and did that, and then it became 3-1. But Adam pulled a goal back, nice finish there. But then they made it 4-2, and eventually 5-2. Yeah, not going great, but then Tom Spence showing his absolute class, and he gets another one back for us, makes it 5-3, and then I hit a brace with a Thierry Henry-esque finish, as I think I called it, and then I was first to react to this one, and I made it 5-all, and things were all level going into the break, and then we took the lead through Tom Spence, but then Adam gave the ball away. They ended up levelling things up, and Kai not being able to sort out his feet there once again. Nathan did well there to beat 2 men and then find the back of the net on his left foot, and then their player played it straight to Tom, and we had a 2-goal lead. Then DJ started messing about, they got a free kick and it was 8-7. But we picked up another win there. With 2 games to go, we were 4 points away from 4th place. Moving into the penultimate game of the season, obviously we had about a month off because of lockdown, and most of Alan's Army players, I believe, play for like academies or some sort of high standard, so they'll have been all on fitness regimes and all that sort of stuff. And our first game back was like our first game against Petr Cech. It's like we never played 5-a-side before, and mixed with a couple of mistakes and heated arguments on the pitch, it really did not go well. As you can see, that was 7-1 down here. But the second half we improved a lot, and this was the first goal that we conceded. They got tackled about 4 times, but he still managed to keep the ball, and he put it in the back of the net. And this game it needed to be erased from our memories as soon as possible, but their keeper played it straight to Adam. Every time we seem to play a team, most of the time they seem to just pass the ball to one of our strikers, and they make it 11-3 there. But we started to pull off a little bit of a comeback as we make it 11-5, and Tom eventually made it 11-6, but it wasn't enough, and that did officially confirm relegation. At the time we didn't know though, we only thought one team were going down. Moving into the final game of the season, we changed the team around quite a lot. We went 1-0 up inside the opening 5 minutes, I played full 40 minutes in going this game. Tom made it 2-0 there, and Adam made it 3. And then the absolute masterclass of Reece Ingham scoring his first goal for Gaff, and it was absolute chaos. It was just unreal scenes when he did that. I even ran up the pitch, and he wasn't shown in the video, but they actually shot straight from kick-off, and I just about saved it. So obviously I sprinted all the way up, and they shot before I was anywhere near my goal, but I did manage to save it. And at the time you're watching this, we're probably playing Jibe, and I'll be in net once again. I'm recording this on Thursday. Josh even got his first goal for Gaff, put a £10 bet on that he would score in that game. He said, if he didn't score in that game, that he would give us all a tenner. But that is where we are going to leave the first video of the Gaff FC. Like I said at the start, all full match gameplay, the full matches of all games for the next season will be uploaded onto this channel. I'll be doing like 2 videos a week, one of the GoPro angle if I use one, and then the main one will be obviously of the main camera angle. Hopefully Michael will come along and support the boys, carry on filming, because he does a fantastic job. I give massive credit to him. Unfortunately, we don't have the biggest budgets and we can't afford to pay him, but he's unreal at what he does, and I'm ever so grateful for him. But yeah guys, that is where we are going to leave today's video. If you have enjoyed, a like would be massively appreciated. Subscribe if you are new so you don't miss any future content on the channel. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you all later. Peace.